Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Christina Fogel. Today I'm going to make a soft sugar cookie with buttercream frosting. This recipe is perfect for the 4th of July and summertime picnics, but honestly, I make this recipe all year round and just have fun with different colored sprinkles and frosting. I do kind of like them a lot. I do actually really like these cookies, they're pretty good. So, yeah, they're good. So the ingredients I'm going to use is 1/2 cup softened butter, 1 cup sugar, 3 cups flour, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup sour cream, 1 1/2 teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and 2 teaspoons vanilla. So now we're going to go ahead and make our sugar cookies. So I'm going to cream the butter and the sugar together. Mix on high for 2 minutes. It's really important to mix the butter and sugar for at least 2 minutes because it helps make the cookies soft. That's why I use a stand mixer or a hand mixer to make these cookies instead of doing it by hand. I'm going to add the egg, sour cream, and vanilla. This is actually a Lofthouse Copycat recipe. You know those really soft sugar cookies that you find in the grocery store? And I'm going to have to say they're pretty close. Mix on low. I'm going to sift the flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt together. Sometimes when I'm in a rush, I don't sift the flour for this recipe, but I have noticed that it does turn out better if I take the time to actually sift the flour. And then I give it a quick whisk and just mix it up. Now I'm going to add this to the other mixture. I'm going to put it on low. Just mix until it comes together. Alright, that's done. I refrigerate this for about a half hour. I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons worth and roll it into a ball. And then I flatten it a little bit. You can make these larger. Just make sure to leave about 1 inch of space between each one. I'm going to go ahead and bake these for about 10 minutes at 350 degrees. The cookies will puff up a bit and be lightly browned on the bottom. I'm going to let these cool while I work on the frosting. To make the buttercream frosting, I'm going to use 3/4 cups softened butter, 3 cups powdered sugar, a dash of salt, 1 1/2 teaspoons vanilla, and 1 1/2 tablespoons milk. A hand mixer works great to make this frosting. I like the gel colors, they don't thin out the frosting. I'm going to start by taking my softened butter and I'm going to beat it with my mixer until it's nice and creamy. I'm going to add in the powdered sugar. I'm also going to add in a dash of salt. I mix this a bit on low. I'm going to add in the milk and vanilla. I whip it until it's creamy, and if it seems a little bit stiff, add just a bit more milk, like a half teaspoon at a time, and it doesn't take much. I'm going to add a little bit of food coloring. I'm going to make red and blue. If I add red food coloring to buttercream frosting, the color will turn out to be a bit more pink than red, and I wanted to make a nice red for the 4th of July. So what I do is I start out with orange food coloring and I add that to my buttercream, and once I have a nice orange base, then I add a pretty good amount of red coloring and mix that in. This way I'll get a nice deep red. It'll also darken as it sits. Now I get to frost them. I put a generous amount of frosting on it. This is a recipe I actually make quite often. It's one of my go-to recipes. It's fast, it's easy, and the cookie is great even without the frosting. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think, and don't forget to click the subscribe and hit that like button. The recipe's on the website. It's ChristinaFull.com. I love them. Yeah. These are really good. They're so good. Perfect.